It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's Wednesday, the 21st day of June, 2023. This is the morning. Just a stinking minute.
I had to make sure I got
Because
it
you're
in.
trying to make up for Friday where you missed?
I already made up for that one.
No. Last Friday when Coach Jones was here, you missed.
So did yeah.
No, you also missed the week before.
No, that's impossible.
No, because you already told David that you
that's-
missed, because that's the one I called you and told you. Good morning. It's
Whoop,
June. Payback is more than an itch.
Go ahead. Am I throwing you off your opening here?
No, it's all
Okay,
up to you. now.
go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Good morning. You're watching the morning show right here on XL7-TV. We got Bob Rechtenwald and me, whoop whoop, Scooter. Yay. How did that go?
Continue. I'm done.
Go ahead. I don't mean to burst your bubble.
I'm already done.
You're already done. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
You're done? Up next is Bob. What's up next?
You?
Me? We're just going to sit here in silence for a minute. We've had a good morning. We've been giving our guests a hard time this morning already. You're not going to say anything, are you? You can only drag this out so long, Bob. We got a show to do.
Tell commercial, then I can leave. Are you done yet?
I'm good for now. For now.
Yeah.
I'll hold back as best I can, but no guarantees.
That's what you get for getting a day off in the beginning of the week. It's the morning show. It's June the 21st, 2023. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop whoop.
Scott Callies.
I think
Other
I've
than
made
being such the jerk this morning, how are you?
I don't know what it is, but I'm giving a lot of crap this morning. I'm giving it out.
Just full of love, are you?
I don't know why, but I am. Hollie's in trouble.
Holly's in trouble. Well, she already has time to leave. She can go if she wants to.
Yeah.
Yep. Shit, bye.
She's like, I'm out of here.
I'm going. How's your trip?
It was good. It was made for a long day.
I know you all talked about it yesterday, so we
Yeah. But
spend
no,
more time on it.
overall, it was a really good trip. We were able to get it done in a day instead of a 2-day trip. So it was good. Got his classes all set, and he's, I think, ready to go.
I think that's where he's going to be. Huh?
Yep, that's it. He likes it.
And then you got the big move from one side to the other?
Yeah, over 4th of July weekend, we're going to pack my daughter up in Fayetteville and then move her over to Memphis to go to medical school in Memphis. So,
That should be some exciting times there.
woohoo, I love moving. Yeah.
How's that leg?
Yeah, it's letting me know it's there.
Yeah.
I'm giving it plenty of chances to work out.
Yeah, you're not fooling around much with it.
No, it's gotten plenty of chance to get exercise, so we'll see how it holds up. Next time I go into the doc, he's probably like, what are you doing?
What have you been doing?
Yeah, that's probably going to be it.
Yeah. I have a few of those appointments today, so we'll see how those work out.
Yeah, never to our favor, I can tell you. Between you and me, we never get a good, clean bill of health anytime we go to those docs.
You know, it's only Wednesday, and it's been a tough week, I can tell you. Yeah. I understand y'all had some rain while I was gone?
We did. I forgot you were gone for a week. We hadn't been able to talk since then as far as on the show. But, yeah, we had some rain. We did. We even had some rain Sunday when I was leaving out to head to Fayetteville. It was raining pretty hard.
We've had 27 inches of rain so far this year. We've had almost 2 inches of rain this month, so it's a little bit more than we normally do, I think, for a June.
Anxious to see what the drought monitors show as of Thursday.
Yeah.
Because they'll update it Thursday. So
We'll look at it on Friday, so
Yeah.
remind me. We'll take a look at it Friday and see how it looks. But it's
Excuse me.
kind of wild. It's already middle of June. Almost 2/3 of June is gone.
It is. It's going quick. Everything just seems to be flying right now.
Football
I don't know why.
season just around the corner.
It is. It is. I want a little bit more of a break before we get into that.
How about a break for the morning prayer?
We can do that.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas with 29 locations to serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, it's not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff all across the state do a wonderful job in your time of sorrow. Just give them a call at 870-425-2161. If you don't know where the nearest roller is to you, they'll be glad to give you a hand. And now, the morning prayer. Lord, just thank you for creating this world the way you have. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us as a nation. Lord, we pray that you will give some guidance to the people in Washington, D.C. to get them back on the straight as we seem to be faltering a little bit in that area. Lord, we just praise you and thank you for the things that you do for us in our daily lives. Lord, thank you for this great weather that you've given us and the sunshine, the abundance of the sunshine that we have. Lord, just if people will come here from other areas and just sit back and relax and look at the beauty of the natural state of Arkansas, and this time of the year, take a look at, as they watch the deer and all the fawns run across the roads, they'll know that this is not a place like any other. This is truly God's country, and we thank you for that. And we just praise you and thank you for all that you do for us. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, Highway 5 North, past Hospital Drive. Look for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Go there. Talk to them about pre-planning, cemetery services, cemetery plots, funeral services, cremation. They can do it all for you. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather report, the lake levels and dam reports as well, brought to us each morning by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and this is what you get to see.
I went straight to the zoom-in camera because it was on the shot.
It is my shot. Yep, I like that shot. Little hazy this morning.
Not as bad as when I first got here. You couldn't see anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably because the river water is so much cooler than the air right now. It's probably hazing up a little bit.
We'll go to the wide angle. I just wanted to show that while we were on it.
And that is a great shot of Cotter, Arkansas from the Marion County, Arkansas side back into Baxter County. The Rainbow Bridge is off to your left, followed by the Trellis Bridge behind it. Way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. Off to the right would be the city of Mountain Home. Off to your left would be the city of Bull Shoals. But that is the city of Cotter. You can tell it's just piculating just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be a little moisture on the lens, causing that.
I could imagine with the fog that's out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was a lot worse earlier. So
we'll let that click on through. There's about 12, 13, 15 shots that will click through. There's the railroad depot. We're going to go ahead and run through some temperatures. City of Mountain Home is 65. Harrison is 63. Batesville is 67. Yellville 65. Marshall 66, along with Salem and Mountain View, both at 66 as well. Calico Rock is 65. West Plains, Missouri is 66. Springfield, Missouri is 67. Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 70. St. Louis, Missouri is 69. These great shots are brought to you each morning by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. Their website that you can go check these out is retiredtoarkansas.net. While you're there, go ahead and click on MLS listings. see what else is available in our area. If you see something that tickles your fancy, you might get on the phone and give them a call at 870-405-0793. See Dryer Mountain way off in the distance there on that last shot?
I didn't.
It's
I
there.
wasn't looking up there.
It's there.
Unfortunately, I was looking at the water.
There you go, but it is there. Stay there for a minute. We'll let the radar catch up with us as we zoom out. See where the rain's happening and not happening today. There you go. Taking a look at the radar, the state of Arkansas looks fairly clear. There'll be some rain up in Kansas, Nebraska, and South Dakota. So looks like lots of rain around Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida is getting some as well. But as far as Texas and Oklahoma, Louisiana's in the clear. Mississippi, Tennessee, a little bit of rain in Kentucky. Illinois is clear as long as Indiana and Iowa. Let's zoom into the great state, make sure there's nothing that's snuck up on us here. Great state of Arkansas, from Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith over to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana over to Greenville, Mississippi, all clear. So if you're traveling Arkansas, you've got a great day to do it. Look at all that mess, Scooter. Watch
They
this
can have
warnings.
it.
I think this is excessive heat warning through the big center of Texas. And they've got this heat advisory along the border of Louisiana and Texas. It was 115 degrees there yesterday.
If you live in Texas, it's going to be hot.
Going to be hot in Texas. Arkansas looks pretty clear. A little bit of something going on right here in Missouri. I'm not sure what those little marks are. Dense fog, it looks like. These crazy looking things over here.
They can have that.
Does that look like what it is? I mean, it says freeze warning.
I can believe it over there, though.
And a frost advisory in Idaho and freeze warning in Oregon, or in Oregon. That's crazy. That is absolutely
Then we got
crazy.
flood watch on the East Coast.
Got a little flood watch. That's all right. Guess what's happening right here?
Nothing.
Nothing in Arkansas, and we like it that way. Got a busy weekend this weekend. Today is going to be sunny, high of 87. Tonight, low of 63. Thursday, high of 86. Mostly clear Thursday night, low of 62. Sunny and warm on Friday, high of 88. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 67. Slight chance of storms, showers on Saturday, high of 91. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 72. Sunday, chance of thunderstorms, but a high of 93. Sunday night, going to get down to about 69. Monday's going to be sunny, high near 90. Monday night, low of 65. And then next Tuesday, high of 91. I believe summer is almost here. Pollen allergies, looks like tree pollen today is low. Tomorrow's none. Friday is none. Grass pollen high today. Very high tomorrow and very high on Friday. Ragweed has hit the moderate notch, and none tomorrow and none on Friday. Is this where the...
No, it's on the dam reports.
It's on the dam reports, okay. That looks good. So let's take a look at the lake level and dam reports. Lake Norfolk is at 556.73, which is 4.73 above full pool of 552. They are not generating at this time, but I understand they do have some floodgates open.
Oh, okay.
Lake Bull Shoals is generating 2 with a lake level 660.57, which is 1.57 above full pool of 659. With 2 generators, and I don't think they've got any floodgates open there, but I did hear this morning that they do have 2 little floodgates, not open very wide, but a little bit of floodgates, not generating electricity, but still relieving some water. And let's take a look at that drop monitor.
Now this
is
will be
from last Thursday.
Yeah.
We haven't had any significant rain since then, but it's abnormally dry all across north central Arkansas. Haven't heard any of your burn bans though, have you?
No.
Probably because of the rain prior. But I'm anxious to see what it's going to be for this week. So, but that is the lake levels, dam reports, and updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you with your realty needs. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back with community news and happenings in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June. Up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse. With no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home. Highway 178 east toward the bypass, about a quarter mile from the bypass. You know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. Wonder what they're going to do with in-the-air mowers out at the new place.
I don't know. They still got a lot of remodeling.
They've got
stuff
they're moving mowers over there.
Yeah, they were going to move some to the front.
They've got
but
a
I do
sign
know
there,
that they're
and
going
they've
to remodel the building and everything. So
Yeah, they got the sign over there, and they've got several mowers out front.
I'm sure they will eventually bring the lift ones that are having them up in the air. It'd be a better location, I guess.
Yeah, better visibility.
Yeah.
Mower Warehouse, located on Highway 178, just past the Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road. They are the local authorized dealer for Ferris with the cool coil spring suspension.
There you go. Those big springs on the front of the mower.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they do. I know what they're supposed to do, but not sure what they do. But they are pretty cool looking.
They do. They look really cool, and it gives you kind of an independent front suspension. It's pretty neat.
They will service about anything that's made.
They
try to
carry
keep
parts
for everything that's
yes.
made. If you can't get your mower to them, they'll come to you. At least that's the way it used to be.
I was helping a friend fix his mower the other day, and he had a number of parts that went out. A pulley had went out, and it just ate up a bunch of stuff. And so we went over there, and they had everything but one thing, and he said it's a custom order for that mower. So he went back to his machine shop and made it.
Wow.
I was pretty impressed.
Pretty good.
He got me taken care of and got us back up and going, so that was pretty cool.
Mower Warehouse. Let's see what's going on with community news and happenings. Looks like there's going to be a Paul Bunyan breakfast on Saturday. All you can eat, scrambled eggs, biscuits, gravy, pancakes, sausage links, coffee, juice. $8 for adults, $4 for children under 12. Children under 5 eat free. Located at the St. Peter the Fisherman Catholic Church, 249 Dyer Street here in Mountain Home at the Parish Life Center. Proceeds from the Paul Bunyan Breakfast benefit local charities and organizations. All on-duty Mountain Home firefighters will enjoy their meals as guests of the nights. Takeout is also available. This food, all the scrambled eggs, biscuits, gravy, pancakes, sausage, coffee, and juice brought to your table on china with real silverware. No plasticware there. How you like that?
There you go.
You know, if I can get you up at 7:30 on a Saturday, we ought to go there sometime.
Yeah, I get up. I can get up in the morning, so I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. I'll check that with your wife. Northwest Arkansas Wellness Innovative Readiness Training, July the 11th through the 19th. No cost medical services, first come, first served basis. While supplies last, services will be medical and mental health, sports physicals, optometry, dental exams, extractions, and fillings. Location will be at the Yellville Summit High School at 1124 Panther Avenue in Yellville, Arkansas. Hours of operation will be the 11th through the 11th to the 15th from 9 to 5. The 16th will be 1 to 5. 17th and 18th will be 9 to 5, and the 19th will be 9 to noon. No new patients will be admitted 1 hour before they close. This is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Defense in a partnership with the Delta Regional Authority, which is presenting the Northwest Arkansas Wellness Initiative Innovative Readiness Training. How about that? Don't say that too fast.
That's a good thing to have, though. I mean, offer free medical and
no
services.
cost to the patient. No proof of insurance or identification is needed. Just show up with an ailment. They're going to do their best to help you with it.
This is the military that comes in and does it.
Military comes do that.
Yep.
That's cool. That'd be cool. The Kick Cancer in the Bass will be November the 4th. I know the shutoff date for the sponsorships has passed. They're still looking for some boats to participate. Corps of Engineers allowing 75 boats to participate in this tournament. It's $250 for a two-man team or a two-woman team or one of each. For more information, you can give them a call at 870-508-2273 to find out how you can participate in Kick Cancer in the Bass. Registration for the event begins September the 18th. Get word out on this one pretty early, huh?
Yeah, we did, mainly because when we were looking for the sponsors, we probably held off a little bit till we get a little bit closer to the registration.
We need to find out if they got all the sponsors they need, because if they haven't, we need to help them get some more.
There you go.
That's Community News and Happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse, Highway 178 each, which is also Buzzard Roost Road for all the old timers that have been here. Where's 178 east at?
Just let you know, you got a short amount of time to catch those rebates that they got going on right now. They've got $500 off on most of the mowers, and they've got a lot of money that can be grabbed and saved on buying a new mower. So,
be a good time to get a new mower.
If you need one, now's the time.
If you need one, anytime's the time.
There you go.
If yours just craps out, anytime's the time. Mower Warehouse, Highway 178 East, just past Buzzard Roost Cutoff, about a quarter mile from the bypass. You know you're there when you see the mower in the air. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans is with us, and Miss Hollie Scoma from District 3 Veteran Service Officer is with us this morning. Been a long month. How about y'all?
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Been crazy month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been very busy.
Yeah.
So.
You guys always come in with lots of things to talk about. And
Oh, we'll make stuff up if we don't have enough.
well, that's kind of where I was headed with that. While we were off the air, Dan said he wanted to open up with a song. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So how did May finish out for y'all?
Well, we had the Memorial Day thing on the square, and it came off pretty well. We had good turnout for it.
Didn't get rained out this year.
Did not. Weather was perfect, unless you were sitting up on the stage in the sun.
And it was hot.
It got a bit warm.
Did it get a little warm up there?
Yeah. And of
How
course,
big of a turnout was that?
It was pretty close to normal, a couple hundred people. We didn't have the high school band or the ROTC involved this year, but
Is that because school was already out?
Yeah, they had other obligations. School was already out, and KTLO covered real well for music, so it wasn't a really big deal. Just the bodies were missing, you know. And we like to involve the youth in all of our veterans programs as much as possible.
Sure.
Of course, then on the 3rd, we set up at Ultimate had the Veterans Appreciation Car Show, the 2nd annual. Proceeds come to veterans groups. Understand last year was the first year they did it, and they had 39 pre-registrations. This year they had over 200.
Wow.
And all 3 lots were full, and so they were real pleased with it. I don't know what their real numbers were yet, but we were happy with it. And of course I set up a booth there and able to talk to a few veterans and their families. And then, of course, on the 8th, our folks went down to Little Rock for County Veteran Service Officer training that DAV puts on. So we do that every year to keep them up to date. And the difference is our DAV here locally don't really do the claims, but we're aware of what goes into them. And so we're able to prompt a veteran before you go see Hollie or before you go see Charlie. These are the things you want to have ready to go. And so they're pretty good at that. And then, of course, the 9th and 10th down in Little Rock was our DAV State Convention and the DAV Auxiliary. It was a pretty busy couple of days down there. Dr. George Wolford, that works with me in the Suicide Prevention Program, got awarded State DAV Volunteer of the Year, and our auxiliary unit got 3 awards. One was for legislative activities, one was for volunteerism, and other was for community event participation. So that wasn't bad. And then, of course, right after that, we get back, I had to start getting ready for our Together with Veterans Grant quarterly meeting. And we had a pretty fair turnout for that. And there's some new things that we announced there. New to Baxter County this year is the home-based primary care program. Dr. Lori Cheney has been running that for the VA. And they go out actually in-home with a doctor, a nurse, and a social worker, and just pretty much the whole picture.
Is that a new program?
It's brand new in Baxter County. It's relatively new through VA, but I had gotten some really good feedback about the continuity of care veterans are getting through that program, and so we asked her to come and do a presentation, and she liked us, so she joined our community group. So we keep adding to the professionals that are involved in this program.
Is the 3.5 to 4 hour drive in the van to Little Rock, is that still a big thing for the veterans here?
Well, there are some. We there for a while we were running 2 vans 4 to 5 days a week, 2 different routes, and they were full. Now we're down to running 1 van, maybe 2 days a week, and one or two people. Most veterans can get what they need here locally through the community care program. So we didn't even order a new van this year because the mileage wasn't accumulating like we're used to. And on that program, normally when we replace a van, we raise the money here in the community, and the other half comes from DAV National Service Foundation, and then Ford Motor discounts the MSRP on it, and we buy the van, and it's all put together up at the DAV headquarters, and the wrap put on it. Then they deliver it down here. We donate it to VA. And then the old van that has a couple 100,000 miles on it, they just give that back to us, and then we sell it in the community to a church group or somebody that needs a van. This year and last year we didn't get new vans because with this Mission Act and the Community Care Network, we're putting a lot less mileage on them. And we really, frankly, have had problems keeping drivers.
Yeah.
After the COVID mess, we lost. There was a time we had 18 drivers, and we used to do a special appreciation dinner for them around Christmas time. In the last couple of years, we've only had 4 or 5 drivers, so we just appreciate them at our annual dinner meeting.
But I can attest to that too. So with all of my other counties, all of my 9 counties, all of them are having issues with volunteers for DAV van and drive-ins. So if anybody would like to help or would like to pitch in somewhere, this is a great way that they can. That they're not using their own gas mileage or anything. It's just a little bit of time to drive down there and help some of our veterans who have to be seen down there. So for like cancer, like dialysis, things like that, have to go down there because there's that continuity care. So,
and it pays very well. They put in about a 10-hour day and they get lunch.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, whether they're hungry or not.
Yep.
There you go. Eat it or not.
There you go.
And another thing that has come about because of this Mission Act and community care is we're always catching up with policy changes and the actual practicality of veterans being treated. Some of them have problems with transportation to a local hospital appointment or a local clinic appointment. We have a half a dozen guys in our unit that if we have a little advance, they'll pick them up and make sure they get there. Chuck Reamer and his boys over in Yellville do a real good job with that.
There you go. It's time for a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back and visit with Dan Hall and Hollie Scoma. A little bit more in just a minute.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home at
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans. Hollie Scoma, District 3 Veteran Service Officer, is with us this morning. Miss Alphabet Soup, how are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Any new letters added to the pot?
So sadly, no.
No.
Me and Dan were actually just talking about acronyms. There was an article published for the Together with Veterans, the TWV, talking about suicide and how it's on the downslope because we've been doing such a great job over here. Dan Hall leading all of us. But we haven't had any new acronyms added. We've done a lot of, so for the month of May, we were doing a lot of like trainings and getting things spun up. So we had the Women's Heart, which stands for Health Engagement, something retraining. So, but it's supposed to be for women's health to get back into VA healthcare.
We got the HPPC.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we have. I mean, there's tons of them.
I still want to know what the A is in the heart, Dan. She's left it out.
I'm pretty sure it's just health. It's abbreviation for health, and then RT is re-engagement training. I know. So, but it was a really good training.
Awareness.
It went over, right? It went over all of the things that VA can offer for women veterans. So a lot of women veterans don't know that they can have maternity care as well as infertility treatment, things like that at the VA facilities. So like Dan was saying, with the new in-home healthcare, right? That's what it's called? Yeah.
Home-based primary.
Home-based primary care. We get those programs, the more people that are enrolled into our VA here. So with our CBOC here, the more people that actually use it and the more people that are enrolled, the more programs we could get. That's how we got the audio booth. That's how we got more of the other things, is when they have more enrollment, they can add more things. So making sure that women, especially in our community, are aware of that so that they can enroll as well. So.
I hate acronyms, but it's one of those things that in government work, state, and what everything gets down to an acronym because I guess people are too lazy to talk, and then after a while, so what does that mean? And they don't even know. Yeah. Like we're contracting with Western Interstate Commission on Higher Education, which they refer to as WICHE, and they're under MIRIC, and it's like, what does that mean? So I try to get away from acronyms and actually use the words like. She was saying the women's infertility, so we can a whiff on that one. So.
but they would. I know they would too.
Oh, so. Absolutely.
But we have a dictionary worth of acronyms.
I was going to ask, how many pages of acronyms are there for y'all?
It's
because
amazing.
our county veteran service officers don't hear everything often. So like sometimes like we need to be like, hey, this is what this is.
So when you hire a new one,
they get the list.
You hand them that and so okay, there's a test on Friday and they all quit.
No, they have to be able to search well. So the control F needs to be, they need to know how to look and type it in, so.
Yeah. I did that after state all the time. So, stop, speak English.
Right.
Yeah, right.
For the rest of us. So.
I'm not asking you to spell all these words, I just want you to say them.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of trainings, a lot of claims. So right now, VA claims are sitting at about 105 days. But that's for fully developed and fully where they have all of the evidence, where they don't need anything else, and the VA really barely has to touch it. Everyone else is over that 125 days, which means that those are considered backlog. So they're at 400,000 right now for backlog. So we are seeing a huge increase in that. A lot of that is due to the PAC Act, is due to a lot of the new hires who have to be trained, and just evidence and things like that. So we have a ton of claims going on right now.
What happens if a veteran passes during their claim filing?
So there is where their spouse can file to receive that as back pay as well. So.
Which just adds more delay?
Some veterans actually think that's what they hope for. So they get a little upset when they get delayed.
I'm beginning to think that myself, and I'm not a veteran.
But it's kind of like the Blue Water Act, the Blue Water Navy Act. People were denied claims 50 years ago and continued to make these claims, and then a lot of them passed away before the Propensio case, which Congress forced the VA to include these people for presumption of illnesses and what have you, and so they're going back now
Those
and
are
reopening.
called NEMR cases, too. I don't know what the
And
acronym
spouses,
stands for.
they now are getting the back pay, because they have
Yeah.
to pay back to the original date of the claim, and it's hundreds of thousands of dollars in a lot of these cases.
Yeah, which not only is just for Blue Water, that's also for PACAC as well. So because they added all of these new cancers, so if like that's why we're under such strain right now. Like Charlie, for our Baxter County Veteran Service Officer, he's seeing almost 60 clients a week. So he is seeing at least 10 a day for the most part.
Now, there is a
every
cutoff
day.
date. You have to file by a certain date
1
on that
August.
PACAC, and then it goes back to
'Cause they have a
last year.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get that claim in by August, then it's going to start from the date of the claim.
The day that you filed.
So if you have claims having to do with the PACT Act and exposure to burn pits and Agent Orange and what have you, get in to see your county veteran service officer and get those claims filed now. So they'll be backed up to last year.
Yeah. So it's just been a very busy season. So.
You know, for a long time there, over the winter, we were seeing a lot of the Camp Lejeune stuff. All these
Lawyers.
ambulance chasers, lawyers out there, trying to get people. But now it's kind of calmed down. Has something changed in that y'all know of?
So a lot of that has to do with what we've been trying to do is combat that, honestly. So we don't charge a veteran to file their claim, and we can do the same thing that the lawyers do. And it's still just as efficient. I mean, the VA is going to move at the VA's pace regardless if a lawyer's filing it or if we're filing it. So we've been trying to combat that and spread the word that please come see us. We are a free service. We are not going to charge. We are not going to take part of your money. And that's part of the thing. So with a lot of these lawyers, they hold a retainer and they'll say, hey, 30% of whatever you get back will come to us. So it all depends on which one they want to do. For some of them, it may be the right move because they need somebody to get evidence for them and to do a lot of research, where we just don't have the time to do some of those things. We can't call back to everyone and be like, hey, do you have this one paper? Where a lawyer's office probably can because they have a team working on it. But we can provide that service still. So I would encourage all veterans to come to your CVSO first. So your county veteran service officer first before then going to a lawyer.
I'm not absolutely sure of the details, but you have to be a little careful. That Camp Lejeune fund is not VA money, and it's not coming from DOD. It was a special fund set aside, and I think it's a one-time payoff, which is different from filing for disability benefits from VA. And a lot of times what used to happen is if a person in the military was injured and they decided to discharge him because of this disability, and they paid him a cash settlement of like $10,000. Well, then years later that is aggravated and they file a claim for disability. If it's awarded, VA goes back.
Yeah.
We want that $10,000 back.
So that's still
So
a thing.
before you start drawing your monthly income. Now, if you're 80 years old and you get a cash settlement, that might mean more to you than a monthly disability. So there's a lot to be weighed in.
There is, but like I said, we'll do the free service and we can guide them on that. But like he was saying, for separation pay, if somebody were to get out of the military and get $5,000 for completing their tour and get this money, if they ever were to file with the VA, they have to pay that back. So that's one of the things with our new TAP program and our Smart Start that they're trying to make sure that these people know, like, hey, these are issues and these are hiccups. It's the same thing with whenever you get out, it's almost like a sense of abandonment for a lot of our veterans because all of a sudden you have somebody telling you what to do all the time and helping you through the processes. With military processes, they hold your hand and help you fill out the paperwork and, hey, you didn't do this, you also need to do this and sign here and do. When you get out, they're like, go to the VA and figure it out.
No,
So
what was that?
it's a
Smart,
process.
that
all
Smart
of it.
Start program. Have you been involved in that at all?
I was. So I was part of the test group whenever I got out. So Smart Start, they had different sections of the military have a program for it. So when I got out, they contacted me 30 days out, 6 months out, and then a year out to make sure. And so each time that they contacted me, they were like, hey, here are your options. You could file your claim. You could go here for healthcare. There's the vet centers. And it just kind of like guided me where a lot of our past services never had that. So you got out and the VA doesn't know you, the DOD is not recognizing you anymore, and so you're not sure where to start or where to go. So this was just a little bit of a help. So now that's implemented Air Force wide. I know it's going Army, and I think Navy is the next one who's going to start doing that with their TAPS program.
When I got out, that was a different part of a different world that gets compartmentalized. I found out about the VA home loan thing when I went to buy a house. I learned about the VA education benefits when I was halfway through college. Nobody told us any of those things. So.
By golly.
Yeah, so there's a lot of information out there that the VA is trying now to start to deliver earlier.
Nothing like being 100 years late.
Yeah.
It's time for a break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans. Hollie, Scoma, District 3 Veteran Service Officer. Are you loaded up with the other branches, with the all 9 offices? Do you have all your...
We do. So I've been traveling a lot doing training for the 2 newest ones. So we do have somebody in Marion County. She's the one who just started last. So making sure that everyone's on the same page and getting spun up and getting their credentials and everything else. So it's been really fun.
Getting through their acronym book?
Oh yeah, getting through the acronyms, studying hard. So, but she's wonderful over there. It's a community that really needs a veteran service officer that's going to stay. So we've just really been working hard on making sure that she's up to everything, because it's been in need for a while.
Dan, we're almost done with the month of June, and July is just around the corner. What have you got coming up for your side of the world?
Well, we always, right after we get it all done with this convention, all this stuff that we do statewide, is when I put out my letter to our supporters, and we begin to raise donations and support for our October picnic. It's always the first Saturday of October. We have grown. We started doing this at Hickory Park, and a few years ago outgrew Hickory Park. There was no parking, and it was kind of like a drive-by to get a brat. So we went over and talked to Chancellor Myers and needed a new venue. And he said, Dan, we'll do whatever you want. And so the last couple of years, we put up 3 big circus tents, and we have entertainment. This year, Katie Laney will be there again. And VA brings up their mobile unit. They give shots, and vaccinations and what have you. Vet Center brought their mobile unit up. DAV brings theirs up. We generally have Dr. Margie Scott, who's director of Central Arkansas Healthcare, shows up as a guest, and I think Major General Kendall Penn will be there this year. I've invited him. At any rate, we start in June letting people know this isn't something that Hollie and I can do. This is something that the entire community is involved in. So it takes a few months of preparation. And of course, Chancellor Myers is leaving in July. We have a new chancellor, so we'll have to make contacts and work with them. We'll probably end up working with Nikki Robbins like we always do, their maintenance guy. But I've talked to Chancellor Myers about the October picnic, so that's institutionalized now. You don't have to worry about that. It wasn't just me. We've got that locked in, so we know we're going to be there. But every year things change. I think Randy Barnhill got out of the tent business and sold his tents to Arisman and Dave Luttrell, so I have to make new deals there. The golf cart rental guy has gone out of business, so we have to find a new source there for the parking transportation for people with mobility issues. So that's going on behind the scenes all the way from now till October. And of course, in the meantime, we're beginning to plan for our quarterly meeting that will be in September for our Together with Veterans Grant community partners. And then almost immediately after that, the 20th of September, we were invited to come out to the TWV Summit in Denver and do a presentation on the success of Mountain Home. We're kind of the envy of the entire nation right now with all the different communities that are doing this, and nobody does it like Baxter County. They're wowed by the successes that we've had, and when they see the list of community partners that we have, everybody from Baxter Health to VA to the CBOC to the Veteran Service Organization, businesses. It's just phenomenal what this community can do when we work together. So we've been asked again to come out and do a presentation on community networking. I hate to use the term, but it's basically community organizing. So I guess I'm a community organizer.
Oh, no. I won't say what came to my mind.
I know it can.
These guys.
Anyway.
But no, it's been great though. Like, that's one of the things I don't think a lot of people realize how much Mountain Home Arkansas is doing and setting the trend and the tone for a lot of other places. So
do y'all find that you get a lot of support from non-veterans as well?
Oh gosh, yes. And we've talked about this before. You know, when you're talking to government officials and foundations and what have you, if you're just thinking in terms of veterans, okay, 12.2% of our population in Baxter County are veterans, but that only tells a small part of the story. If you look at the census information, it tells us that the average household in this county is 2.5 people. So 2.5 times 12.2, you're over 30% of the population, almost a third, live in a veteran's household. And so that affects their children in school. You know, they've been moved around all these years and haven't set up the more permanent relationships like non-veterans. A veteran gets transferred, maybe his wife had a career, now she has to move and start all over. There's just a lot of issues that isn't just the veteran, it's service member, veterans, and their families is the way we look at it now.
Hollie, what's the end of June look like for you, and how about the first part of July?
So still getting ready for more training. So still driving around, making sure all of the 9 counties are good. And then we are doing a lot of appeals right now. So when somebody sends to the VA that they would like to argue, a no is never a no at the VA. First, let me start that. So if you ever got a no and you feel like you can't ever come and talk to us again, please just come and talk to us again. We might be able to change that no to a yes or a maybe, or change it somehow. So with that, we've been doing a lot of appeals. So going and catching up on cases. The last case I had was 15 years old. So somebody had put something in with the VA, and 15 years later, he's arguing still. So, you know, like getting together and doing all of that, so like almost like a mini like case study and like lawyer to argue the case. So we've been doing a lot of those, so training on those so that our CVSOs can get spun up on it and start to maybe take over some of those cases too.
Which tells me, and what I've told veterans for years, file a claim, assume they're going to deny it, file an appeal, and if they deny that, file another appeal on the appeal. Keep it active, because as long as it's active, there's always a chance you can go back to the original file, the claim date.
Yep.
If you let it die, once it's over a year and that case has been settled, you end up having to start all over. It can cost you a lot. So just keep it active.
And a lot of times they're just hoping that somebody will let the ball drop. And
well, a high percentage of them do.
Yeah.
I was at a meeting in D.C. in Senator Bozeman's office with a couple of people, and one of our national service officers was there, and they were talking about this backlog of appeals. And I asked a very simple question. I said, just off the top of your head, can you tell me what percentage of appeals that go to VBA actually come back in favor of the veteran? And it was like 87%.
Yeah.
I said, well, I don't know about anybody else in this room, but what that tells me is somebody's dropping the ball in the first place. If that larger majority is won on appeal, maybe your original people that look at the claim need to have some schooling. So it's gotten a lot better since then.
So
there's two things I wanted to mention. DAV here local, we have some power chairs and that type of stuff for people with mobility issues, wheelchairs, power chairs. If you're in a position where you need something like that, you've applied to VA, you're waiting, give me a call, 870-421-2322. We need these things out there helping a veteran, not sitting in our little storage room. Second thing is that we need drivers. If you have the time and you're willing to take a day a month or 2 days a month to drive veterans, drive the van down to Little Rock and North Little Rock, we could sure use your help.
Are they required to have a CDL?
No. No, those vans are less than 12 passengers. They don't need any kind of a commercial license. It's like a one trip down to VA to get your ID and get your background check done to make sure you're not a felon or, you know, you're responsible and you have a driver's license. And that day of orientation, I think within a week they can have you on the road driving. And you know, we have a lot of people that we talk to about joining because you need us to help you with a claim. I have a whole lot more that are interested in joining DAV, not because they need something, but because they have something to offer to other veterans. And so if you're in that category and you can find the time to drive, give me a call, 870-421-2322.
Those drivers that you're looking for, Mr. Hollie, do they have to be veterans themselves?
No. No.
Yeah. So in all of our counties could use them. So if anybody wants to help and you're listening in another county and you're like, man, I wish I could, you still can. So.
And who do they call for other counties?
So they could call me and I'll get them in touch with the proper people for each of the counties. So that's 870-404-6944.
There you go. What else have you got for coming up?
Not a whole lot. We have the red, white, and blue parade coming up. So I know some of our ladies were talking about that, and then we also have another dinner. Hold on, you're right. I do have something.
I was waiting for the ladies' luncheon or dinner.
You're
that
right. I literally it slipped my mind because we've been doing them everywhere because we're changing.
You got 1 minute.
It's
so
right here. It's right here. It's June 30th at El Charro. That's where we're going to be. So we're going to have lunch there. So, and then we did have to make some changes later on. We put that out on our group and on Facebook. So, because some of the places closed, so we had to make some changes.
Well, as always, it's appreciate y'all coming in to join us. Letting Scooter give you a hard time before I get here.
He's good at that.
He is good at that. He can't sing.
You got to be good at something.
Yeah, because singing ain't it. Nothing else.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Charlie Leonard's number real quick.
No, what's the judge's number?
The county Charlie's number actually is 870-425-8155.
There you go.
But if you forget your county veteran service officer's number, you can always call your county judge's office because he works for the county judge, and they can tell you how to get hold of it.
Well, there you go. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.